Yo guys, wanted to do a bit more of a fun video today. Just kind of doing some moon math on HBAR and going over my shorter, medium term, and longer term price targets and I guess kind of predictions. It's all just throwing guesses into the wind at the end of the day. We're all just taking our best guess. But I wanted to go over some of the numbers um, of where I think HBAR could end up. And we'll go through like a few different perspectives. So we'll start here on the chart, and then we'll go to some more fun moon mathy stuff. But we're looking good, sitting at around 11 cents. Obviously, HBAR has 50 billion total supply. Right now, about 35, 36 billion is out. They diluted a lot of the supply throughout this bear market, which in the short term, it wasn't great, but in the long term, that's going to be really helpful. So what I'm looking at here is let's just look at the chart. Let's just ignore the market cap for now. We'll get back to the market cap in a minute. So looking at the chart, we had this nice accumulation range. We broke out on this recent pullback. We came back and retested around these lows right here. But we had that strong bounce off with that BlackRock news. Came back down, touched one more time, and now we're seeing another nice bounce off. I think this wick's going to get filled. I would expect in the short term for HBAR to get back to this cluster of like price action right up here. So that like 19 to 25, 26 cent range. I think that could come very, very soon. Obviously, it depends on Bitcoin and what Bitcoin does. But if we see a strong market, I think HBAR heads here pretty quickly since it has shown a lot of strength with this recent pump. Beyond that, obviously, we'd be targeting our all-time highs. Let's get a little line in there. Our all-time highs right here, around like 45 to 50 cents. Then big picture, the price targets that we'd be looking for. If we just use Fibonacci's, okay, which a lot of cryptos tend to follow the fibs and hit their fibs pretty precisely. The highest fib, the 4236, would be at $2.36. So we'll get over to the market cap in a minute and see what that would have confluence with. But $2.36 for this bull run, I think that doesn't sound very crazy at all to me. Let's see. Can we? Is this in log scale or linear? Okay, so if we go to the log scale for the fibs, yeah, that's just ridiculous. That's freaking crazy. So ignore the log scale. We'll go back to the linear. Perfect. $2.36. I think that's a fair target for this bull run. So that's my first main price target. I think the first place I'll be taking profits is probably here around the 1618, just under a dollar. Because a dollar is a big psychological number too, right? So it'll be hard to get past that threshold. But assuming we get past a dollar, I think these upper targets are good ones to look for. So that's just the basics of the chart. Again, nothing crazy. But let's do the fun stuff. Let's do some moon math. So, like I said, we have a 50 billion total supply for HBAR. Right now, the circulating supply is around 36 billion. So if we come over here to the market cap of calculator, the market cap of HBAR right now is around 3.9 billion. So if we're to take that and we're to say, okay, what would HBAR's price be if it were back at its all-time high market cap? It would be at 19 cents because the price for HBAR at all-time high was like 40 something or 50 cents. But the market cap was 6.9 billion. And because we have more supply in the market now, the market cap of HBAR at all-time highs, the price of the HBAR token would be 19 cents. Okay. So let's start doing some more moon math. Let's see if we get to the market cap of XRP, where XRP is right now. Just 30 billion market cap. That would be a 7.45x. That would get us to an 82 cent HBAR. I don't think that's that crazy. 30 billion market cap. That's not that high. What about Solana? Solana, the broken blockchain that is down most of the time, hardly works, gets congested, doesn't really do anything, isn't working with a bunch of institutions and banks, and isn't intertwined with all of these circles and powerful people and having this insane level of adoption like HBAR is. HBAR has a lot of adoption going on. We're having a lot of stuff tokenized onto Hedera. Let's see what happens if we go to the current market cap of Solana. HBAR is $1.83. I don't think that's a stretch. HBAR is superior to Solana in every single way, and it's being used in mass by people that have a lot of money and institutions that have a lot of money. What about Sol at its all-time high? Oh, $2.52. Now we're kind of talking here. We're kind of juicing. At a 90 billion market cap right now, HBAR would be at $2.52. Breaking Solana's hitting Solana's all-time high market cap. Again, I don't think that is far-fetched at all if we are truly in the cycle where we see this, like the adoption in the utility cycle come through. And all of these projects that are actually doing things in the real world start to have their token price catch up to their fundamentals. I think 90 billion is still pretty low, if I'm being honest. Okay, so let's see if we can catch up to another project that, again, it's the biggest altcoin, but the network hardly works. It's not used for anything in the real world. It has insane fees. It takes time for the transactions to go through. And again, it's not working with people and big money the way that Hedera is. Ethereum. Oh my goodness. If Hedera were to get to the market cap of Ethereum, it would be $10. And that's the market cap of Ethereum right now. 377 billion. Okay. What about the all-time high of ETH? Oh, $16 HBAR if it gets to the market cap of ETH at its all-time highs, 570 billion. I do not think that these price targets are far-fetched at all. It might take some time. I don't think that we're shooting straight up to $16 this cycle. But if Ethereum can get to a 570 billion market cap, doing nothing for the real world, HBAR can absolutely get there with the amount of money that is most likely going to be running through the network. So let's go through some information, then we'll come back in a minute. From Crypto Z-Man, talking about how he sees Hedera around 15 cents probably by the end of the week. There's too much happening on the ecosystem to be avoided. He goes, i.e. real world asset tokenization, BlackRock investment fund deployed, and DeFi rapidly growing, and much more. Another one here. So there was a recent lawsuit dropped against Coinbase again. I thought this already happened, but I guess there's another one claiming Algo, XLM, Sol, and a bunch of other altcoins are securities. HBAR is not on that list. HBAR has not been attacked once by the SEC. Another from Crypto Z-Man, X-Man. HBAR looking strong and breaking upwards. I suspect the market is now waking up to HBAR's potential and its appetite for real-world asset tokenization. And then here from Crypto News Flash, we had another announcement from Hedera the other day. Hedera shakes up finance. Shinhan Bank launches KRW on the blockchain for seamless transactions. So just another fund, I believe, being tokenized on Hedera. And if you just go look at the HBAR Foundation Twitter, they've just been dropping so many bombs, announcing so many partnerships. Here they said this year at Milan's prestigious Salon Official, there were 25,000 attendees for the Baxter ID real world asset authentication and engagement solution, powered by Miotech and built on Hedera. So the real point I want to get to is they've just been announcing so many partnerships and so many things that are being tokenized on Hedera. If we come over to this article, what is the tokenization of real world assets? The main line we want to pay attention to here is, according to a recent report, the market for these kind of tokenized digital deals and like tokenized real world assets is projected to be 5 trillion by 2030. So I think that's lowballing it, because again, it depends how fast these things develop. It's anyone's best guess, who knows. But 5 trillion by 2030, let's use that number. Hedera is spearheading real world asset tokenization along with other stuff like XDC. I know Ondo's pretty big, but 5 trillion. Let's lowball this estimate and say, again, HBAR only captures 10% of this real world asset tokenization market. 10%, which I think it's going to capture more than that because of all the connections it has, all the big players involved. 10% of 5 trillion is 500 billion. Do you see where I'm going with this? If we come back over here, the market cap or the price of Hedera at a 500 billion market cap right now is $16. So I don't think that's far-fetched. I don't think that's crazy to think that we could have a $15 to $20 HBAR by 2030 within the next 6 years. And, I'm perfectly happy waiting for that. I have no problem waiting for that. I think this is the future. I think this is where things are headed. And I am happy to hold on and be a part of the revolution as it happens and not get impatient, not try and rush anything. I think this is where things are going, and it's going to take time. I'm not saying HBAR is, like I said, I'm not saying it's rocketing up in a straight line tomorrow, but I think this thing really is a big player in the future of the way that finance is going to work. So I'll be holding on tight. Hope you'll be here with me, and I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like. Let me know your thoughts and your predictions and moon math in the comments, and subscribe to the channel. We're on our way to 1,000 subs. Going to get there before the end of the month before I head back to Thailand. So thank you all for watching, and I will catch you in the next video. Peace.